Hi, it's Sylvester, and I wanted to do a cartomancy reading. Now, I always feel kind of guilty when I do a cartomancy reading rather than a tarot reading because one of my viewers, somebody who watches my channel, actually gifted me a tarot deck. And so, for me to use just a regular deck of playing cards instead of the tarot deck that I was given feels mean, like I was given a perfectly good tarot deck and instead I'm just going to use some playing cards, like I feel guilty. But I like cartomancy readings because it's a little bit more open to interpretation. The cards are a little bit more open to interpretation. Like, I can just kind of go off of vibes when I look at the cards. Whereas with tarot, every card in the tarot deck has a meaning that's set in stone. So it's a little bit more rigid. I have a little bit more flexibility when I do a cartomancy reading. Like I said, I can just look at the card and just kind of go by vibes. So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing just a general reading, just seeing if the universe has anything it wants to say, or if there's any advice for us, or anything like that. And I'm doing a 10-card spread. I don't know if I've ever done a 10-card spread before, because 10 cards is a lot of cards. So this video might be kind of long, but I don't know. I felt ambitious today, and I felt like 10 cards was an appropriate amount, so that's what I'm doing. I have already pulled the cards because it would be rather boring to sit here and watch me shuffle a deck of cards a whole bunch, so I've already pulled the cards. I have not looked at them yet, though. They are sitting here in front of me, face down. I have not looked at them, so let's get into it, shall we? The first card we have is the 10 of Spades. So, to me, the number 10... in numerology, the number 10 equals 1, because 1 plus 0 obviously equals 1, and so, to me, the number 1 can mean leadership, it can mean new beginnings, it can mean control, it can mean a bunch of different things, and to me, the spades represents things that are internal, like, and like the self. And so, to me, what this card is saying is that you need to take control of yourself. Self-control. This sounds pretty preachy. We're starting off the reading very preachy, but I'm just telling you what the card's telling me, man. You know what I mean? Like, don't get mad at me for being preachy. I feel like I could use a little bit more self-control, so perhaps this is good advice that I need to heed as well. The next card we have is the 4 of clubs. I always want to say clovers. I think clovers is also correct, but I think it's technically called clubs. I'm bad at cartomancy readings. So the 4 of clovers. To me, clovers represent a number of things. It can represent karma or luck, which is kind of a basic way of interpreting it, but, it is what it is. But I also think of the clovers as meaning like faith or like a spirituality or just like circumstance, things that are out of our control. And the number 4 to me can represent a number of things, but 4 to me represents stability. It can represent, you know what? I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with my first thought on this one: finding stability in your circumstances, the things that you can control, finding a little bit of organization in the chaos that might surround you, if that makes any sense. Just like take control of the things that you do have control over, such as yourself, self-control. And there are plenty of things that are beyond our control, plenty of things that we can't do anything about, but the things we can control, it's anyways, I'm over-explaining. Anyways, next we have the 6 of Spades. So again, spades to me represents things that are internal, your thoughts, your feelings, your inner world. And the number 6 is a very spiritual number to me. It's also a lucky number to me. And 6 can represent spirituality and faith, and it's similar to how I interpret the clovers. It's yeah, I think I'm going to interpret this as have faith in yourself. You need to believe in yourself. Again, I'm sounding pretty preachy, but that's the nature of cartomancy readings, is sometimes you sound kind of preachy. But again, it's not me preaching. I'm not preaching. I'm just telling you what the cards are saying, okay? The next card we have is the 4 of spades. So again, spades, internal, self. 4 can represent stability. It can also represent... What else can the number 4 represent? I always associate the number 4 with the color green, but I don't think that that's particularly helpful in this situation. I also associate the number 4 with my mom for literally no reason. My mom's birthday is not on the 4th. She doesn't particularly love the number 4. Her numerology life path number isn't 4. Like, I don't know why, but for whatever reason I associate the number 4 with my mom. So perhaps this is talking about being again, all I'm getting is take control of your is self-control, finding stability in the things that you can control, like inner stability. Perhaps this can be about, like, it's about your mental health. You need to take control of your mental health and try to find... Sure, you know what? I'm going to go with that. There's a few leaps of logic happening here, but that's what I'm going to go with, is like, now is the time to take your mental health seriously and really, try to pay attention to your mental well-being. Sure, we'll go with that. Okay, next we have the King of Hearts. To me, the hearts can represent, well, love, but also relationships. Things that are the people in our life, not things, people. The people in our life. And king, this is a very basic way of interpreting king, but to me it represents masculine energy. So, but the king also obviously is royalty, so it can represent, again, control. I keep circling back to the idea of control. Take control of your relationships. Remember that you are the king of your relationships. Nobody's going to put in the effort. Like, if you don't put in the effort to maintain your relationships, then they're not gonna be, they might crumble, so take care of your interpersonal relationships, the people in your life, your friends, your family, loved ones. Make sure that you are giving them your full love. I feel like I'm doing a bad job with this cartomancy reading, but we're gonna power through. And I guess, like, embrace your masculine side, whatever that means to you, because, masculinity and femininity are social constructs, and you can define masculinity however you want, but, maybe your relationships require you to embrace your masculine side. I don't know. Maybe this is like representative of some kind of bromance. Maybe there's a bromance happening in your life. Maybe you're a dude watching this, and the universe is telling you that you're gonna have feelings for another dude, whether those be romantic or friendship feelings. Maybe that's what it means. I don't know. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Next we have another king. Great. The King of Spades. So, I think the universe is really telling you to embrace your masculine side. People are really scared of masculinity because of toxic masculinity, but not all masculinity is toxic. It is entirely possible to be masculine and non-toxic. So, don't be scared of your masculine side. Embrace it. Love it. It's part of who you are. Even if you're a very, very feminine person, everybody has a little bit of masculinity in them. You know what I mean? So embrace it and love it. Then we have the Ace of Diamonds. To me, the diamonds represent things like finances and property, the stuff you own, your house or apartment, or, physical items in your life. And the ace, again, the number one can represent control. So take control of your finances. Again, we keep circling back to the concept of control. But I think the universe is telling you that you really need to take the reins. You really need to take control of your life and your situation. And maybe you've been kind of bad with money recently. And it's time to, rectify that. And then next we have the Nine of Diamonds. To me, the number 9 can represent endings. It can represent, so maybe there's like something, maybe you're moving, maybe something is coming to an end in terms of your physical property, in that you are moving to a different house or apartment or something like that. And or maybe that's something you've been thinking about, and the universe is telling you that it is a good idea and that you should go ahead. But this card can also mean, the number 9 to me represents selflessness as well, and charity and generosity. And so be generous with what you have. Share what you have with the people you love and the people around you. Be charitable, be giving. If you have the money, then, maybe give some money to an unhoused person next time you see one when you're walking down the street or something like that. Just like up your karmic score a little bit, and be generous with what you have, and be generous with your money. I mean, that kind of goes against what I was saying earlier, about like taking control of your finances and being better with your money. But if you do have the resources and the ability to share your resources, then do that. Next card, we have the Six of Clovers. So I think that this just means good karma or good luck. I feel like that's a very basic way to interpret this card, but hell, I'm gonna go with it, because why not? There's, you've got some good karma, you've got some good luck coming your way. And the final card that we have is the Six of Hearts. Have faith in the people you love. Trust and rely on the people you love. That one was easy for me to interpret. You have a support system, you have friends, you have family, you have people in your life who love you, and it's okay to rely on them every now and then. It's okay to need people. It's okay to need people, like maybe you've been kind of lonely, but you're too scared to reach out because you don't want to be a burden on your friends and family, but that's what they're there for. I mean, not for you to like trauma dump on them and use them as a crutch, but like they're there for you. If you just need someone to talk to, you need somebody who's there for you. Don't push away the people that you love. Remember to keep them close, and remember that it goes both ways. If your friend or family member or loved one needs you, be there for them. And yeah, that's it. That's the whole reading. So thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Stay frosty. Bye.